Hi Gemini, I hope you're doing well. Here is your June reading and happy birthday. I know that this is a very weird angle. I normally do not record in this setting, but let's just not pay attention to why I'm sitting on the floor, okay? So, this video is going to have two parts. I try to keep my videos as short as possible, but in the first portion of the reading I would like to talk about the eclipses that are going to be happening in June, and that's going to be an astrological portion. Okay, now the second one is going to be tarot, like we always do every month, so whichever one you like the most, stay tuned for that. So regarding June, we're going to have two eclipses, guys. The first one is going to be on June 5th, and that's a lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. You guys are actually entering a very important phase in your life, and of course, again, like I said, happy birthday, and I hope that you achieve everything that you want to achieve. But also, North Node is shifting into your sign. Well, it has already shifted, and the eclipses are going to be happening in your sign and the opposite sign, Sagittarius, for the next 2 years. So that's going to be a very exciting time. That's going to be a time of major changes, guys. But let's talk about the lunar eclipse that happens on June 5th, Sagittarius. And this is your opposite house, 7th house. And by the way, this reading is for Gemini rising people, okay? I do believe in sun sign astrology. However, I prefer to go by rising signs when I do charts, okay? So this is for Gemini rising. Gemini sun can still take something, leave something out of this, but I would recommend looking up your ascendant sign before you watch these readings. So, 7th house is house of partnerships, business, romantic, personal partnerships. This is a house of legal matters as well. So, it could be that something finally is going to culminate in that area of life. Now, this isn't something new. This is something that you already know about. This is something that you've already been possibly working on. For example, there is a project between you and a business partner. Now it's finally coming to some kind of completion around June 5th. You know, this could happen maybe 10 or even 15 days before, or 10-15 days after. And actually, this eclipse is going to be influencing you for the next 6 months, okay? Now, if there are no business partnerships going on, your personal relationships will come to the forefront, and this could be a time to, for example, make up with someone that you've been in the argument with. Of course, it could also suggest that the relationship can come to an end as well. It all depends on your personal life and how your relationships currently are with others, but this is definitely about other people. Now, this eclipse is challenging because Mars is making a square to the moon and to the sun, so it is going to be a little bit of tension. It's definitely going to be something that we really have to push through. It could make us impulsive, it could make us frustrated, but if you know about it ahead of time, you know how to act. Now, also, since it does connect to your relationships, right? It's not just you, your life, it's also your partnerships. Please be careful not to get into arguments, into fights, breakups, and all of those things around 5th of June. Why? Because when you do get in a fight, when you do get into an argument, around the eclipse, it's very hard to make up later on. It's very hard to bring that relationship back to normal. You know, there are some things that are being said, especially with aggressive Mars, so be really careful. And just basically watch yourself around June 5th not to say anything, because once that word is out, it's never gonna be forgotten. Okay, but on the other note, on the positive note, since it is a lunar eclipse and this is a time for completions, right? This could indicate that maybe some kind of a project between you and somebody else is going to finally come to completion. Maybe a legal matter is finally going to come to completion. It's something that you've been working on for a very long time. Now, there's another eclipse coming up, and it's a solar eclipse. And solar eclipse is definitely something new being brought into your life. It's not something old, it is something new. And it's going to be happening in your 2nd house, house of money and self-worth. So what can you expect as newness in your 2nd house? First of all, a sum of money can come to you. Again, they could be somehow connected. For example, these two eclipses. For example, if you've been trying to win money in court, right, 7th house, maybe you are going to end up winning it, and that's the sum of money that you're going to receive. The second eclipse, I totally forgot to mention the date. I think it's on 21st of June. I'm gonna make sure and tell you. It is at the end of June. So you definitely can expect something new in the area of finances. Now, if you're not receiving any money, maybe from, again, a court case that is going to go in your favor, maybe it's a new job that's bringing you some kind of fruits of your labor, right? Maybe it's the money that's been given to you, or some money that's been owed to you and now you're finally receiving it. But also it's a new source of income. It's not just a sum of money that can come to you, it's also a new source of income that can come to you in June. Okay, so that's a wonderful time here. Okay, now also I believe that when that new moon, or I should say solar eclipse, happens in the sign of Cancer, you may experience more of a positive energy, I want to say, even though Gemini and Cancer are not necessarily very compatible signs, but you can expect some sort of a relief. You can work on your self-worth as well. You can nurture yourself, Cancerian quality, around that solar eclipse. Of course, there will be another eclipse in July, but we're not going to talk about it in June video. But I wish you guys luck, and you are entering a very exciting time of your life. That's for sure. I have 3 personal planets in Gemini, so all of these eclipses, everything that's going to be happening in Gemini will definitely be hitting my personal planets as well. But guys, let's move on to tarot now. Let's see what you guys can expect to happen this June 2020. What can Geminis expect to happen this June 2020? And now this one can be watched for oh, and the card fell out. This one can be watched for your rising sign and for your sun sign, okay? It doesn't matter. The astrological portion, however, I advise that you watch it for your rising sign. So if you are Gemini ascendant, great. Okay, so at the bottom of the deck we do have Knight of Wands here. Now, Knight of Wands does represent travel, by the way, so maybe if you are unable to travel before with the quarantine and everything, now you can finally charge forward, right? This could also be some opportunities coming up, some ambitions kind of coming out of nowhere, you know, when you want to explore, you want to do something new, you are motivated. And it's a birthday month, you know, I feel like regardless of what's happening, Venus retrograde in Gemini, but still, you know, you feel better because it's your solar year finally starting out. So, you know, with Knight of Wands, there's more energy added to you. There's a boost of some kind, and that's going to be the main theme of the month. Now, the first card we have here is Two of Pentacles. So Two of Pentacles could be juggling a lot of responsibilities, could be juggling a lot of work, and that's how you're entering the month of June. So with Two of Pentacles, you could be, for example, trying to maintain school and work, trying to maintain your personal life, maybe your home life, work, personal life, and all of those things. It could be maybe also too many responsibilities on your shoulders at the moment. So why is Okay, why is Two of Pentacles here? Oh wow, you know what? I believe that whatever this is, and if this is resonating with you, and especially if you're Gemini rising, this could indicate right here that again, something that you've done is going to come to fruition, and this something is going to be a reason to celebrate. Of course, Three of Cups could indicate celebration of your birthday, right? Because it's you know, May, June. But at the same time, this is something karmic almost, something that you've worked on for a very long time here with Karma, which is Judgment in the traditional deck, that's coming to fruition, that's giving you some kind of a boost, that's giving you a spark, excitement, something fun, something wonderful that you have to celebrate. Otherwise, I mean, what else would you do with it? This is a new beginning of some kind here, something exciting, something that would totally I want to say bring some sort of a positive spark in your life. Now with Ace of Wands, It's not necessarily related to career right away. I would say that Ace of Wands is more like a new interest, a new hobby, some kind of a new beginning that maybe you can turn into a career eventually. And again, how we have new moon, we have solar eclipse in your second house and house of finances. So this could be a second source of income, third, fourth source of income, I don't know, but this is wonderful here. So this is how you're starting out the month. Yes, you have to juggle a little bit. Yes, there might be a little bit of tension there. However, this juggling is bringing you something new. You know what I mean? The work that you're doing is bringing you something new. Now, the next card we have here is Knight of Pentacles. So this is a slow approach. Like I said, Mars is going to be making tough aspects to the eclipse, to the first eclipse. So be careful with how you approach situations. Be careful with what you say as well, what kind of energy you have going on there, because if you rush too fast, you could make mistakes. You know what I mean? This is why Mars is there. This is why there are tough energies. If you go too slow, you can miss out. So kind of figure out what kind of approach you're gonna take in June towards your projects, towards your relationships. Again, like I said, do not fight around the 5th, because once something culminates, if for example it's like you think it's a temporary breakup, an argument, somebody just throws a fit, but no, it can end up being permanent. So like I said, of course, be very careful. So Knight of Pentacles here is teaching you how to move slow, how to take a slower approach, how to be careful with every decision. Why is Knight of Pentacles here? Two of Swords, Five of Swords, Seven of Cups, and Death. You are entering a period of transformation, possibly rebuilding a foundation that you used to have for a very long time. So be careful to keep your emotions in place. Seven of Cups can be an emotional roller coaster. Five of Swords can again be conflicting energies. I believe that with Two of Swords, you are going to have two options in June: to kind of rush forward, or to really analyze everything, take it slow, and choose a different approach. So I would say choose a different approach in June. Yes, there might be some situations that are going to be triggering you, and they're going to be triggering everybody. Like I said, June is not a simple month, it's a very complex month, but you know how to act as long as you're warned about it, right? So with Death here, yes, your relationships are going to be transforming for the next 2 years. Your personality, your own ego, your demeanor, how you present yourself in the world will also be transforming, right? So how you act now is going to be reflecting on your future. Definitely it's about choices here. Two of Pentacles, Two of Swords, again, two double cards here. There could be two things that you'll be dealing with throughout the month of June, but I know that you're going to be pretty careful, and I know that you're going to be able to kind of keep your emotions in place, keep your actions in place, and move forward freely. And the last card we have here, the Devil. Well, the Devil would the Devil could represent a person in your life, somebody that you are kind of trying to figure things out. You don't really know how to act around them and things like that, and they're kind of fearing you in a way. Not fearing you, they're not scared of you, you're scared of them. This could also be some tension between you and somebody else, or this could be a period of seduction, almost like temptation. It doesn't have to be another person, but it could be something that you really want to do and something that you're thinking about, kind of manifesting it in your head. Why is the Devil here? The Devil is indulgence, okay? Overindulgence. Oh my God. So for those of you, yeah, it's definitely about indulgence here for some of you, but for others, by the way, there is this King of Cups here, and King of Cups could be a water sign, could be an Aries, could be a Capricorn, but it doesn't matter what sign they are. What matters is the energies that they're moving towards you with. So for single people, or maybe for those in relationships, if there is a conflict in the middle of the month between you and somebody else, this person is definitely coming back to make up. Definitely coming back to show support, to show respect, to take the situation under their control, to push through, to help, to evolve in this with you, okay? If you are single, and there is no one on horizon, it looks like by the end of the month there will be someone on horizon. And like I said, it could be an Aries, could be a King of Cups maybe, but you're going to have so much fun by the end of the month. It's going to be almost like a moment of selfishness in a way. You know, you're not gonna really want to care what others are doing, what others are saying. You're going to be very much focused on yourself here, on your own pleasures, like what you can do for yourself, you know, and again, second house, self-worth. But I would say here it's a very, very pleasant situation. Now, if you do have, like I said, tension in a relationship, in a specific relationship, especially if it's this Emperor or King of Cups, I think by the end of the month you will be able to solve this issue. Yes, there might still be a little bit of tension there, oh my god, but still you will be able to improve this relationship by the end. And what do we have at the bottom of the deck? Four of Swords. Now with Four of Swords, what can I say? It is a moment to step back and enjoy life and not work too hard. You will be juggling a lot in the beginning. However, by the end of the month, you can finally sit back and enjoy and relax. So you choose your path, right? But the advice here is to definitely move slow, slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, and yeah, just try not to fight with the loved ones around the eclipse, after the eclipse, and so on. Guys, I hope you have a great birthday. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.